Now, if you lost your home in this year's wildfires, you might be owed a tax refund, but many of the checks are being returned undelivered. LA County Assessor Jeff Prang joins us now to explain what you need to do to get your money. So first off, explain how it is that these refunds are going back to the assessor.
The challenge is we maintain a address on record, which is usually the address where you live. And if you do move, or if you want your paperwork and your checks to go someplace else, you need to update your mailing address with our office, which is easy to do online from our website, which is assessor.lacounty.gov. But we lowered the assessment for 17,000 properties, and we sent out a notice of assessment saying it's been changed. And the auditor controller issued property tax refunds. Well, we've received about 2,000 returns of those notices. More will be coming in as the post office identifies them as not deliverable, and we're starting to get returns on the refund checks as well.
Right, and I misspoke because you told me it's actually the auditor that gets the refund checks sent back to
that's right.
that office.
The auditor controller, that's correct.
Absolutely. So you foresee that there could be so many people that are going to go without this relief.
Well, I know that if you lost your home, if your home's damaged, if you can't live in it, you could be in a precarious financial position. We want to make sure that you're getting the refund that you're entitled to so that you can use it for to help to rebuild your life. Now that we know that some of these things are coming, these pieces of mail are coming back, we really want to get the word out to fire victims to update their mailing address so they can get these important documents, but most importantly, so they can get their tax refund. And
just to be clear, they didn't need to apply to have the property value reduced. You went in and said, clearly, we need to do this.
We hope people will apply because that gives us an opportunity to get your mailing address, but 40% of those 17,000 structures which were destroyed, we proactively lowered the assessment. And so that's probably where most of the returns are coming from, is from those people who did not fill out an application for property tax relief.
Now, is this the kind of thing that you're hearing from other agencies in the city, in the county, or the state, where people are just going, they're lost?
There's a lot of very complicated things that you need to do to get your life back together after the fire. Property taxes, property assessment are some of those more obscure behind the scenes things. So we're trying to get out in front of it, let people know what the pitfalls are before they encounter them. When we started getting returns on some of our letters last week, we immediately moved into gear to try to get the information out to the public about how to update their mailing address so they could get these checks.
And is there any kind of a deadline that people have to worry about?
There is no deadline, other than the fact that you probably need to get this information as quickly as possible so that you know what steps to take, and in particular so that you get your money.
Right, absolutely, get the money. But people are very busy. It's a very difficult time to deal with, insurance companies and whatnot. So.
Well, all the different things you have to do to rebuild your home and get things in order, it's almost like a job. And there's dozens of little bureaucratic steps that you need to take that you may not even be aware of. For example, 40% of the structures which burned, those folks did not know that they needed to update their mailing address. So it's really important we get that information to them so they can take care of that.
And what kind of refunds are we talking about?
It depends on the value of your home, what your assessed value was. So if you purchased your home in the last few years in Palisades, it could be a very substantial refund.
Absolutely. All right. Assessor Jeff Prang, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for that important information.